Hello! Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, hello. Just had to fix my camera there for a second. We are back. We are back for another Silksong stream. I'm a little kind of concerned about where we're at in the game right now. Last week I kind of made a huge mistake. I got to the top of the Underworks and I got into the Citadel. And I jumped off of the big scales that move every time you jump on them. So if you didn't catch that, if you're just like popping into this random video, just you know, you got it in your algorithm or something like that. That's what happened. I kind of messed it up big time, so I had to go through Sinner's Road. I wanted to find out if there was a way to get back into the Citadel, and so I went through Greymore. I went through a couple doors that we hadn't gone through yet, and none of them connected up to the Citadel, and Sinner's Road so far has not connected up either. I do see a couple of rooms over here. This one in particular does have an open end, so there's a small chance that there's an extra area to the right of the Underworks. So we would go into this room here, go up, and then traverse through that area, right? And then get back into the Underworks and scale this wall right here, basically. And eventually work our way back into the Citadel. Because I have no idea how else we would get up there. There are some doors here and there that we can go into that will lead to new areas for sure. But not many. There's not too many, to be honest with you. I see one over here. That could be something, like a bellway or something, some kind of fast travel. We have the wormways here, which doesn't look like much, but there is an open end here. I have no idea what that would entail, or maybe there's some kind of item we're going to pick up later that'll allow us to jump up higher so we can get into the Grand Gate. I don't know. We're going to keep going through Sinner's Road, though, today, because we haven't finished it, like I said. We do kind of have to traverse through this hallway that I kind of got stuck on last time, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm feeling better about it. You know, I always feel better at the beginning of the stream than at the end. And we've already gone through it once, so it shouldn't be too bad to do it again. Just gotta get used to fighting these guys again. But yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing today. We're just kind of trying to find a way back into the Citadel. If not, I guess we'll just do some basic exploring and see what we can find out. So it turns out, basically more than half of the United States right now is just covered in snow and is getting hit with one of the worst snowstorms in a long time. If you haven't seen the news, or if you're watching this in the future and you don't know. California happens to be one of the few places that it hasn't hit, because California rarely gets snow in the first place. But, like, the only places it's not hitting is, like, California, Oregon, Washington, and, like, maybe parts of some other adjacent states, like Nevada, Idaho, and all that. So, like, the 5 or 6 most west states, it's just completely missing. Which I think is pretty wild, because the fact that the rest of the United States is getting hit is just kind of crazy. Oh no! Oh. Forgot those guys can jump pretty high. Alright. So, well wishes to everybody getting hit right now with that snowstorm. Our trees are exploding in the north, near Canada. I know my dad is still out in New York right now, so he's kind of trapped in the house. He's been shoveling snow and like working a little bit to make sure he can leave and, do normal stuff. He should be coming back soon, assuming everything goes well with the storm and, like, huge power outages don't happen and, like, flight controls get, malfunctioned and all that bad stuff. But he should be coming home relatively soon, I would think. I don't know. Seems to be holding up pretty well in the middle of the storm, so, Well wishes to all. Well wishes to all. Personally, I have never been through something like that. Like I said, California tends to be one of the few places in the world that really doesn't get hit with a lot of weather conditions. We get hit with heat waves, don't get me wrong. Every summer it's above 100 consistently, and usually for multiple days, if not weeks at a time. So, that is something. We do get heat waves, but, earthquakes usually aren't all that bad. They're not usually devastating. Every once in a while they are, but not usually. We don't get tornadoes, we don't get typhoons, we don't get snowstorms, not often at least not where I live. Maybe if you go more north, towards like the Bay Area and the capital, maybe you'll get some more snowstorms. Towards Oregon and all that. But here, there is no snow. There is a mountain right above where I live. Like, literally, I can drive half an hour up a mountain, and there will be snow, which is interesting because right down the road where I live, there is no snow, and it's only ever snowed here maybe 3 times in my life. And even then, it's only been like an inch, if that, of snow. So, I don't know, I just live in a weird place that I guess just doesn't really experience weather. But, yeah, well wishes to all. Seem to be struggling quite a bit against these guys. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Honestly, I think part of it might be my crest, because I have this pogo, this down attack that is kind of tricky to work with. I've been able to deal with it for the most part so far, but seeming like here, these guys are giving me some more trouble. I'm starting to believe we might actually be nearing the end of the game, like past halfway. I was thinking this is a 3-act game, so we're in the middle of Act 2, so, roughly halfway was what I was thinking. But considering we have all those areas in the map discovered, and all the enemies are getting significantly harder to beat and all that stuff, I feel like we could be nearing an ending of the game. Not 100%, but just one of the endings. Just hard to tell. There we go. Alright. Let's get back to where we were last week, because there was no bench over here. What we want to do is complete the challenge room up here, see what we get out of that, and then continue on in that those lower rooms that we haven't seen yet. I don't remember exactly what's in the challenge room though, so I might be here for a minute. I do want to take care of this ASAP though, because like I said, probably gonna feel a lot worse about this game by the end of stream, as I usually do. Okay, so we have one big man, not too egregious at all. Oh, almost got me there. Oh, you did get me there. And there. Oh, I guess that was all. I was expecting like 3 or 4 waves there. We did get a key, and I'm guessing that's going to open up that cage that one NPC was in way back in that other hallway that we were just in. Now, do I want to go back there right now, is the question, because I do have to go back through that hallway and this hallway again. I don't know if we can come back, though. I don't know if there's like a, like I said, a connection up here and then like a bellway that we can use to go back to Greymore. So we don't have to traverse quite so difficult of a path, you know? So I'm gonna wait on that. Maybe until I die, or again, we find another bellway to get us back to Greymore. That is great to see, though. I was wondering when we were gonna find that. Some more money. I'm gonna keep that on hand. I am tempted to just break all my money that I have, but considering I keep losing everything every once in a while, don't want to do that right now, you know? Was it a flea right there? I see a little muck roach. I'm gonna take care of him, but I see a flea or something right there. Yeah, I still gotta get a number of these muck roaches killed for the bestiary. I usually don't worry about, oh, that art looks so cool, man. Look at that. So imposing. I love that. That's so awesome. I'm not too worried about most of the bestiary entries because these enemies aren't too much to farm for the most part, but these guys here in this area are quite annoying. Roach Keeper, we can easily kill 5 of those guys. 4 of these guys, that's not a problem. 6 more muck roaches, I mean, we're getting there. Not too much of a problem. And then we do have to go back and find more of these craw enemies. I think those were in Greymore. We're gonna go back and kill some more of those. Kind of it. That's kind of it. I'll try to keep a counter in my mind. So this will be taking us down to 5 more muck roaches then. This guy right here. There we go. I guess that was the only purpose of that room. And we have one final room down here. And I'm hoping this is going to be my salvation. This is a little bit reminding me of the entrance to the Royal Waterways in Hollow Knight 1. When you're in the City of Tears and you go in through that grate and you get thrown into that long hallway. Reminds me of that a little bit. It's a lot dirtier, I think, and kind of teeming with like different kinds of life, which wasn't the case in the first game, but just a little bit of a reminder, you know. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? See some more muck roaches. That takes us down to 4. Alright, that gives us a chance to open that lock then. And we should be able to kill 4 more muck roaches on the way, honestly. There should be at least 2 in that long hallway, if not more than that. So, let's get that done. I would like to just be able to skip through them, but they kind of move too erratically and they jump around a lot. Kind of hard to just skip them. Alright, we gotta kill 4 more of these guys too. Okay, there's down to 3 then. I'm breaking you out, even though you asked me not to. I might be able to use that key somewhere else. Green prints. As opposed to blueprints. They could have easily made that blueprints and had that be like a small little Easter egg. It's funny. I don't remember your voice quite, but I'm going to try to make one. So I am freed, despite no request for mine aid. And I do not ask gratitude. The key merely fit the lock. If you choose, stay in there and wait till your shell hardens to crust. No. I shall depart shortly. With my way clear, my wish again propels me, though I try to avoid it. Then safe journey, tall bug. I'll not pry further. Clearly you bear... Oh. I think my hand just kind of slipped there. My bad. This is Farloom. Oh. This is Farloom warrior. Safety is a myth. Okay, that's a voice. That's something. I wonder if we're going to see him later. I wonder why they would have him locked up in such a dramatic way, if not to return later. Come on. All right. So let's get this done. Let's just go try to get these muck roaches done to the best of my ability. Come on. This happens every time I try to skip these guys. Alright, alright, alright. Oh my god. And I guess that's just not going to be an option. As much as I hate meticulously going through every single enemy in this area in particular. There we go. Get rid of those. We'll find another heal. Oh, there we go. Forgot my cocoon was right there. Woo! This is a nice little wake me up, to be honest with you. I've been going through it a little bit at work. So I've been kind of tired throughout the week, just kind of dealing with the kids and all that. You know, sometimes they can be a little energetic. It's hard to keep them all in line the whole time I'm at the program. So I've been waiting for a little rest, you know, just to stay at home and chill out. But This right here is a nice little pick-me-up, I think. You know, wake me up on Saturday afternoon. And there's two right there. No! Ah. Or one, I guess. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I just want to get this thing done because they keep catching me on the back foot, and I'm just trying to get past them, you know. Here we go again. If I remember correctly, I think we're down to 4 on the big guys. So we should at least get 2 of them as we pass through that hallway if we actually get through it this time. It's pretty evil how they put no bench at the end of that hallway or anywhere else. Doesn't seem like that far of a walk, but it is for me. Alright, let me take care of these muckroaches first, because I know these guys are going to annoy me if I do not. I just don't get their attack patterns, man. There's 1. There's 2, so we should need only 1 more if I've been counting correctly at least. Let's get this big guy up here. Let's try to not get hit so we can get some more heals as we fight those buckroaches. I still like fighting these guys way more than anything else in this area. I love these guys. If I could have a plushie of these guys and just have it in my room, like a life-size plushie, that'd be so awesome. I would expect him to stink too. Like, I expect him to come out of the box kind of damp and like muddy. And just generally stink. Not like foul, not like a foul odor that you want to put him in the washer, but just like a kind of a weird, like, why does this thing not smell clean, you know? Alright, this should be our last one here. I do think there's one more just in the way, but this should be the last one for the bestiary. Yep, there it is. Whew. Revolting creature. Yep, definitely. I shall itches at their presence. In their pens, where their numbers grow vast, I am forever on edge. Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize I was Hornet speaking in that, in those bestiary entries. That makes a lot of sense, but I just didn't realize it was her. Alright, and after this guy, we should be down to 2 on the big guys. So we're definitely getting there. Only one we have to worry about is the flying ones that throw those projectiles. But again, those guys shouldn't be that much of an issue. I love the dramatic death animation too. It makes me feel better about myself when I beat them. All right, we're back. We're back. So what killed us last time? Was that a muckroach that killed us when we went into that room? I think it was. Oh, it wasn't that one. It was even lower. Oh! Leave you alone. Yeah, it's down there. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Ow! Got me. Got me pretty good there. Oh, and there's spikes everywhere, too. Of course there are. Oh. Blocking the way. Did I get him? I got one of them. Yeah, I did. Okay, great. What is this? Oh, it's a bench! Yes. Oh. Ah. I don't know if I should be excited about meeting a new person in this area. Ooh. Just a little worried. Sticks. Okay. Keeping with all the theming of like afterlife and religion and all that stuff, spirituality. I saw you. I saw what you did. Strong. You are, mistress. Small, but so deadly. And your scent, well aged. You have come to claim me, and I am yours. I am your humble slave. I have no interest in mastery over you, sir. If my slaying of these creatures aided you, it was merely by chance. Farewell. Farewell? No. The strong claim the weak, and the weak must serve. I am yours, my mistress, and you must protect me. See what I've built here. Prepared for the coming of my mistress, my powerful mistress. While you are always hunting, I will grow you something good. The work takes time. Return to me soon, and you may have what I grow. Slave must feed his mistress. More souls will I grow. While you hunt, I am working always. Okay. I don't really know what that's all about. He seems like a decent guy, though. But that's disappointing because we don't have a connection up to the Underworks now. So we're kind of even more lost than we were. Is this something over here next to the Bellway? I didn't actually notice that ever. Might want to head back to this Bellway into this room. I do remember actually skipping this room. I think that was a challenge room that we just never finished. So maybe let's do that right now. And I guess that'll be our last kind of Hail Mary to get back into the Grand Gate. And if that doesn't work, we're going to have to do some more exploring and talking to characters and all that stuff. So we may just have to take a tour of Farloom again today. So let's go over there. Let's go back to that Bellway and find out if we can't find a secondary path. All right.